Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman. You can follow me over on X at TE Picks, and I'm ready to break down the Thursday slate. 11 games on the slate today. I'll be breaking down 7 of them, and then the other 4 will kind of be a rapid fire at the end of the show. But first, we will start the show as we normally do, which is taking a look back at yesterday. Fortunately, yesterday did not go according to plan. So, unfortunately, a losing day yesterday. But transparency, as always on this show. Sam Reinhart, anytime goal, did not cash. He was unable to score. His goal streak came to an end at 2 in that one. The Ottawa Senators and Buffalo Sabres. What a crazy game this was. Buffalo, I said I wasn't going to take them yesterday just because I felt at minus 105, I wanted to get a bigger plus money on the Buffalo Sabres. But the Sabres have had a lot of success against the Ottawa Senators. And a lot of people say because one of the main stats I look at in the NHL is how teams have done against each other in the past. And a lot of people will tell you those stats don't matter. They don't mean anything. It's a completely different team this year than it was last year. There's new players. It's a new year. But those trends definitely do matter. Of course, they're not 100% be-all, end-all. But this case here proves it. The Ottawa Senators have just had a lot of success against the Buffalo Sabres. That continued yesterday. Shane Pinto, over half a point, was a winner. He scored a goal, had a beautiful tip on a goal. So really should have been on the anytime goal prop. But I went a little bit safe with the point prop, but it's all good. And then unfortunately, Dylan Guenther, anytime goal, didn't cash. He didn't get a goal. He didn't get an assist either. I said in yesterday's show, I thought Guenther was going to have a big game, and he didn't. The Utah Mammoth ended up winning 3-1. And Cooley looked really good in net for the Calgary Flames. But also this Utah offense is just not clicking yet. So we'll see how long it takes for them to get clicking. But we'll go back into the chat here. Start at the top. Tim says, Mr. Edelman. Hello, Mr. Earl. Everyone. If you're looking for me and Mr. Earl's NHL plays over on picksandparlays.net, special on the site, $49. You get all 7 days of my NHL plays and all 7 days of Tim's NHL plays. So it's a great, great value over on the site. David, sup, Terry? Hey, David, how's it going? Terrynator, sup? How's it going, Sloth? Terry Edelbags, not yesterday, but I really do like today's slate, so let's get it. I'll be at the Devils game today, so boots on the ground coming up later on. That's a really interesting game. That is a really interesting game that I'll be breaking down later on. We won a game. Cup run is back. Put up the banner. Yes, the Sabres are not going to go 82-0. So that is something that Sabres fans can be happy about. That they're going to win at least one game this year. We'll see how many more. You had a good read on Dallas last game. What's your read on them tonight? Does Smith and goal, Duchesne out? I will be breaking that game later on. But unfortunately, it's one of the middle to end slate games, so you'll have to wait a little bit, but that's okay. We'll jump right into it here. We'll start with the first game. And there's my first play. I'm giving it away a little bit early, but we'll come back. We'll come back to it. Colorado Avalanche and the Columbus Blue Jackets. I've got 2 plays in this game, so stay tuned. Colorado minus 160, road favorites. Columbus Blue Jackets plus 135, home dogs, and a total of 6.5 here in this game. Looking at goaltenders here, Elvis Merzlikins will be in net for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Scott Wedgwood once again in net for the Colorado Avalanche. Wedgwood has been really good, like really good. 3-0-1, 1.71 goals against average, and a .936 save percentage. Not a big surprise. He's back in net again. Merzlikins on the other side won his first game against Minnesota. Goals against average is at 4. but a 923 save percentage. So he played well overall, but still gave up goals. And the Blue Jackets are kind of alternating goalies right now. So Merzlikins gets the start here in this one. Colorado 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the teams for a total of 6, 5 overs, 1 under, 2 games finished with 6 goals. So for a total of 6.5, 5 over, 3 under. And Colorado has scored at least 4 in 5 of their last 6 games against the Blue Jackets. So Colorado's offense has usually had success, but as we all know, the Blue Jackets have been a rebuilding team the last few years, and the Colorado Avalanche have been a Stanley Cup contender for a long time now, many years. So it kind of makes sense that Colorado has success against the Blue Jackets. But play number 1, shocker, nobody saw this coming. Nathan MacKinnon, anytime goal, plus 120. And I know, you're looking at this thinking, oh, Terry, you're taking anytime goal prop that's only plus 120. And, well, yeah, I am. Reason being here, Nathan MacKinnon is the guy for the Colorado Avalanche. We all know that. He's scored a goal in 3 consecutive games now, 7 of his last 8 going back to last season, and 8 of his last 11. So he has been a goal scorer. He's having at least 4 to 5 shots on goal in every game this season. So he's shooting the puck a ton. And he's had a lot of success against the Blue Jackets. He's scored in 3 of his last 4 games against Columbus. So success against the team he's facing. Scoring a lot right now. Shooting the puck a lot right now. Merzlikins in net. Give me MacKinnon anytime goal. But also taking Kirill Marchenko anytime goal plus 195. I know Wedgwood has been good. He has. But Kirill Marchenko is really starting to heat up right now. Back-to-back games with a goal. He scored, obviously, 3 in the game against Minnesota. And then scored again in his last game. The last 3 games, 8 shots, 4 shots, and 5 shots. So he is shooting the puck a ton. He's been scoring. And he's scored in 2 of his last 3 games against the Colorado Avalanche. So he's had a little bit of success against the Avalanche. Shooting the puck a lot right now. Scoring. We'll take him. Plus 195. Anytime goal here in this game. Dun, dun, dun. We'll jump into the chat and see what people are thinking here. Finally, I made it to watch you live. Awesome. Thanks for coming on in. I like a lot of dogs. And yeah, today's slate, it's basically huge favorites and big dogs. There's no like minus 110 money line on today's slate. It's all kind of big favorites. Some really big favorites. Terry, I smashed a like. Thank you, Richie. Everybody be like Richie. Be like Richie. Colorado Columbus pass. Okay, interesting. I'm liking MacKinnon goal first period at plus 650. I would love to see that cash. I would love to get MacKinnon goal cashed already in the bank in the first period. That would be great. I would love that. So good luck, Hal. I like it. But we'll move on along to our next game, which is the Florida Panthers and the New Jersey Devils here. Florida, plus 130, road dogs. The Devils, minus 155, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this game. And, well, the odds kind of surprised me here. I'm a little bit surprised that Florida is an underdog here. I get it. Second night of a back-to-back, Daniil Tarasov should be in net here. The Devils are starting Jake Allen with Markstrom getting injured. Now, Allen was really good in his first start. He didn't finish the game because he had cramping issues. But 1.5 goals against average, 958 save percentage, and what he did play, 23 to 24 shots through the first 2 periods. So hopefully he's all good to go. Obviously, he's confirmed to be playing. So there's that. But The Devils have also had success against Florida. 3-1-1 in the last 5 meetings between the teams. 3 of the last 6 have gone over 6.5, and 3 of the last 6 have gone under 5.5. So no real edge with the total. But the big stat in the previous history between these two teams is the road team wins. The road team is 9-1 in the last 10 meetings between these two teams. So home ice advantage is not a thing when these two teams have faced each other. So Florida plus 130 as a road dog in a very road heavy past history. I lean with Florida here. I do. But Tarasov, 0-1, 3.1 goals against average, 850 save percentage. Only played in one game. Didn't go well, obviously. So I'm just not sure. Not sure what's going to happen in this game, but I'm really heavily leaning towards the Panthers. But not the best spot for them here. Devils home opener now, back-to-back. This is an interesting game, but no side play here for me. Looking at players that are on streaks in this game, I know I forgot players in the Colorado the last game. Other players that are on streaks, I'll mention that in the rundown at the end. But this one here, right now, Luke Hughes, at least 2 shots on goal in 4 straight games, minus 120. Let's see. That's basically it for shots on goal that I see value on. Lundell point, 4 consecutive games, plus 120. Dawson Mercer point for the Devils, back-to-back games. He's plus 111. Goals, Timo Meier scored in back-to-back games. He's around plus 180. There's some value there. Assists, Nico Hischier an assist in back-to-back games, plus 120. Jesper Bratt, minus 105. Jack Hughes, plus 100. Lundell an assist, 3 consecutive games, plus 186. So there are some players, other players you could look at here in this game. This will be an interesting one. David, I hope you have a good time at this one, at this game. But we'll go back to the chat here. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go Devils. All right, cheering for the Devils. We'll see. Devils puck line plus 170. Wow, interesting, Tim. Interesting. McKinnon anytime goal, a Natchez assist. Not a bad look. If you like McKinnon goal, you probably like Natchez assist. Cash that twice now. Yeah, makes sense. McKinnon, Eichel, and Kempe anytime goal plus 1167. Okay, I like that. I'm on 2 of those. You could probably guess who the other one is. Palat point plus 130. All right. What site do you use for lineups? Daily face-off. It's always been daily face-off. I've never liked left-wing lock. No offense to left-wing lock. But apparently they charge now too. So there you go. Luke Hughes point or assist. I think that's a good look. I do. I bet him his last game. I bet him the last game for an assist. He didn't get a point, and I'm not betting him tonight. And trust me, I watch this happen all the time. Players usually the game after, when I bet them and they don't score, I stay off them and they score. So Luke Hughes will probably get a point tonight, and I'll mention that tomorrow when he does. Nico Hischier, anytime goal, plus 180. Not a bad look. Yes, Marchand. And how did I not mention Marchand? Yeah, for some reason I didn't mention Marchand. He scored in the last game. He scored in 3 of the last 4 games for the Panthers. Thank you, Richie. Thank you. I almost forgot him. Seth Jones point. All right. Lundell plus 108 for a point. Yeah, great price there. Great price. When is Marner going to score? Never. He's an assist guy. And, I hope he doesn't score today. Well, it's not that I hope he doesn't score, but I hope he gets assists today. I'll say that. Today's the day. Okay. Well, I hope that's a high-scoring game. We'll get to that one here in a bit here. Andrew, nice to see you. Fun slate tonight, Terry. Liking some dogs. Yeah. Tonight it's basically dogs or puck lines because unless you like to play around the -150, -160 range, there's probably a lot of good spots for some dogs here tonight. But on to the next game, the Nashville Predators and the Montreal Canadiens here in this one. The Predators +130, road dogs, Montreal -155, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this game. How these teams done against each other in the past? Montreal 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. 5 of the last 8 have gone over 6.5, but 3 of the last 4 have gone under 5.5. So there was a heavy over history between these two teams, but lately we've been seeing more unders. Obviously, these two teams only face each other twice per year, so past history stats, I don't want to say don't matter as much, but aren't as impactful as other matchups. And I kind of do lean towards the under here. UC Saros in net for the Predators, 2-0-1, 1.64 goals against average and a 946 save percentage. And then for the Canadiens, Jakub Dobish, 1-0 with a 1 goals against average and a 968 save percentage. Dobish was really good in the preseason, and he's carried that over here in the regular season. And UC Saros is part of the reason the Predators are winning some games right now, and why their record isn't worse than it is. For me here in this game, going back to Cole Caulfield now. He's on a heater now the last couple of games. +170 for Caulfield to score here in this one. Back-to-back games now, scored 2 goals and 2 shots in the last one. Obviously, I was hoping to see Bolduc score. I'm not taking Bolduc tonight, so do with that information as you will. But Caulfield, top line, top power play. So far this season, he has the most shots on goal. He's tied for the most goals on the team. Last year, led the team in goals and shots. He's the sniper on the roster. I said in the preseason videos I did, I think Caulfield's going to have a big season this year. I think he gets over 40 goals. So I'll take him here, a +170 at home after scoring in back-to-back games. I think it's a good spot for him. Finnegan likes the Predators. Finnegan thinks it's a dog game here, but I disagree. I think Habs money line is a good parlay piece here in this one. Also, Mad Max going to do his thing. Go Jays. Do his thing by letting in a bunch of runs, most likely. I'm not, and you know what? I hope he proves me wrong. I hope Max Scherzer comes out and proves me wrong, but I think he gets lit up, and I think the Jays lose. I'm not a fan of Max Scherzer at this point in his career, and I definitely don't think he should be starting this game. But that's just my thoughts. I hope I'm wrong. But our next game, look, I almost forgot to mention other players that are doing well here. We'll go back. Bear with me for a second if I can find this game. There we go. Shots on goal right now, Marchessault, over 2.5 shots on goal, 3 straight games. He's been doing pretty well. Point props, Gallagher, +158 for a point. He has done that in 3 of 4 games this season. So Gallagher's playing pretty well. Jonathan Marchessault, a point, 3 consecutive games. There's some value there. Goal prop, obviously Bolduc, as I mentioned. Caulfield, who's scoring right now. Assists, Nick Suzuki, -125 for an assist, but he's done it in 3 consecutive games. And then Brendan Gallagher, as I mentioned, on a point streak. He's actually an assister in these 3 games. They've all been assists. And Gallagher assist prop is +330, which he's covered in 3 of 4 games. So definitely value there. I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game, though. So I'm not going to get to that. But Gallagher assist +330. There's definitely some value. There. I hope he proves us all wrong. Yeah, me too. I hope so. But I kind of thought the Jays were done, and yesterday they proved that they're not yet. So We'll see. Minus 114. Yeah, that's a good price if he can get the assist there. He needs to prove us wrong. Yeah, he does. Preds money line. Boo, Tim. Boo. I agree with Finnegan. Finnegan saw a squirrel outside, and that's why he was barking. It has nothing to do with the game. I always mention him, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Feels like a smash spot for the Habs. Don't know if the Preds keep rolling the way they have been. Yeah, in my opinion, the Canadians are the better team here. I think that we haven't quite seen the real Preds team, but maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe the Preds team will be good this year. When I look at these two teams, I like both goaltenders here, but I like the Canadians' offense more. So I think the Habs are the right side here, but at minus 155 for me, it would have to be a parlay piece. And I'll mention another team that I would parlay Habs money line with when we get to that game. But next one, Seattle Kraken and the Ottawa Senators here. The Kraken plus 120, road dogs. Ottawa minus 140, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this one. And this one is going to be a very interesting game. My first thoughts here are over 6. Over 6. Why? Well, Philip Grubauer is finally going to make his first start. I was hoping he would start in previous games, but he hasn't. Last game was the worst season of his career. 3.49 goals against average, 875 save percentage, and he went 8-17-1. On the other side, Linus Ullmark really struggled in the preseason and has really struggled in the regular season as well. 1-2, 4.07 goals against average, and an 842 save percentage. Merilainen got lit up by the Sabres as well yesterday. So goaltending in Ottawa, not off to a good start. I think that's fair to say this so far this year, but it's early. It is early. Previous history between these teams. Ottawa 4-1 in the last 5 and 3-1 at home against Seattle all time. The last 4 games between these teams all went under 5.5, but the previous 4 all went over 5.5. Obviously, these two teams face each other twice per year. And the one stat that I don't really like, but Ottawa has shut out Seattle in 3 of the last 4 games between these two teams. But with the goalies we have playing today in their current form, obviously we haven't seen Grubauer yet, but I do think we're going to get some goals here. I'm not on the over 6, but he cashed for us yesterday. I'm going right back to him here today against Grubauer. Give me Shane Pinto over 0.5 point. Why do I like this even more? Well, look what happened to Ottawa last night. They got absolutely embarrassed against the Buffalo Sabres, an 0-3 team, and they absolutely took it to the Sens here. Pinto, 5 goals this season. He's tied for the most in the NHL. He's scored in 3 of his last 4 games. Was hot in the preseason and is hot in the regular season. Really? If you want to go with his goal prop at plus money, I would go that way as well. But I'm taking the point prop here. Playing a little bit safe like I did yesterday. I know I regretted it. I wanted to have taken the goal prop, but I'll play it safe again here. And we'll go with Shane Pinto over 0.5 point here in this one. Looking at other players that are doing well, looking at shots on goal, Jared McCann, at least 3 shots on goal in 4 games in a row. That's around plus 112. Jordan Eberle, over 1.5 shots on goal in 7 games in a row, of course, going back to last season. That's minus 125. So there might be some value here with Eberle. Jake Sanderson has been shooting the puck a lot for Ottawa, over 2.5 in 4 consecutive games, around plus 120. And Brandon Montour has been shooting the puck a lot, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 100. He's done that in 5 consecutive games. And then Dylan Cousins, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 136. He's done that in 3 consecutive games. Tim Stützle, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 135. He's done that in 3 of 4 games this year, back-to-back games. And then Zetterlund over 1.5. So basically, in this game, a lot of players are doing really well right now on shots on goal props. This I probably should be on some shots on goal props. Vince Dunn a point, 4 consecutive games, plus 104. McCann, minus 132. Cousins, Pinto, obviously doing well. Ridley Gregg a point, 3 games in a row. He's plus 120. Goals, McCann, 3 consecutive games, around plus 240. Obviously, I mentioned Shane Pinto. And then assists, Sanderson, 3 or 4 games this year, plus 105. Vince Dunn, back-to-back games with an assist. So there are a ton of players on streaks here in this game. And we'll see if the goalies play as I think they are. This could potentially be a huge game for player props in this one. Needs Slavkovsky to come out of hiding. Yeah. Not me, personally. I haven't bet on him, but I feel you. Go Jays. Yeah, go Jays. I don't have faith, but we'll see if I'm wrong. Matty Beniers, anytime goal, plus 275. All right. But we'll move on along to our next game, which is the Vancouver Canucks and the Dallas Stars. Vancouver plus 155, road dogs. The Dallas Stars minus 185, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this one. We'll take a look at goaltenders. Casey DeSmith confirmed here, facing his former team, and Thatcher Demko likely for the Vancouver Canucks here in this one. And we haven't seen Casey DeSmith play yet this year, so we will see how he does this year, but he was great last year for the Dallas Stars. Demko 1-1, 1.54 goals against average, 944 save percentage. So Demko has played pretty well so far this year. But this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough game for him. This is the other team that I mentioned that I would parlay with Montreal money line. I would parlay the Dallas Stars money line with the Habs. 2-teamer, I think it was around plus 150 when I was looking at it. Dallas 4-0-1 in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. They've had a lot of success. 3 of the last 5 going over 6.5. And Dallas has scored at least 4 goals in 4 of the last 5 meetings. 2 of the last 5 have gone to overtime. So I don't like the puck line here for the Stars. I don't know if I would want to go with regulation either. I would parlay the money line for the Dallas Stars here in this game. I feel like there's something else I want to say, but I can't remember what it is, but that's fine. Oh, yeah. Looking at who Dallas has played. Winnipeg scored 5 goals. In Colorado, scored 5 goals. At home against Minnesota, scored 5 goals. This Dallas Stars team is scoring 5 goals a game right now. Obviously, it's just 3 games. One of those goals technically being a shootout goal, but Stars offense is going pretty well right now. Yes, they will be without Matt Duchene, but other players will step up, and one that I like to do that is Wyatt Johnston. Anytime goal plus 180. He's scored in all 3 games for Dallas this year. He's been very noticeable for the Stars. Nice plus price here in this game. So I will take Johnston to score. I think he is one of those players that will step up in the absence of Duchene. But looking at other players that are doing well in this one, shots on goal, not a whole lot. Johnston, over 2.5, minus 1, or over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 115. He's done that in back-to-back games. He's shooting the puck recently. Another reason why I like him to score. Point props, Thomas Harley. He is the best value for point props. 5 consecutive games for Dallas. I'm seeing around minus 110 to get a point. I think there's value there. Miro Heiskanen, point in back-to-back games. He's around minus 120. So potentially value there. Obviously, I mentioned Johnston. I bet Robertson last game. He didn't score. I'm not betting him today. So there you go. Looking at assists. Rantanen assist, 4 consecutive games, minus 125 I'm seeing, so not a whole lot of value there. I mentioned Thomas Harley point. If you like that, you could go with the assist as well. 5 consecutive games with an assist, plus 121 for Harley, and Heiskanen back-to-back games with an assist. plus 120. Rope Hintz, plus 125. He has 1 and 2 of the 3 games this year. So he's a good look as well. For Vancouver, not a whole lot of players on hot streaks here. DeBrusk, an assist in 2 of the 3 games. So potentially value there, but I like Dallas here. I think Dallas is the right side, and we'll go with Johnston to score. Jared McCann over 2.5 shots on goal. Yeah, there's value there for sure. Richie says Johnston anytime goal. Wow, stealing my plays, Richie. Wow, Richie. No, I'm kidding. Canucks money line, says Tim. Okay. No comment, but Stars, Terry. I think so, Richie. Hintz anytime goal. Okay. So Robert thinks Hintz scores. Tim's donation is needed. LOL. There you go. Bucks need some money somehow. It's hard to go against Dallas right now, but I'll just take the over here. I could see that. Dallas team total over is a good look as well. Ivan Demidov anytime goal plus 330. He had a great game for Montreal in the last one. Harley anytime goal. Okay, so maybe not the assist. Richie's thinking goal for Harley. So maybe play it safe with the point prop. You think Bork gets one? All right. And then laughing. Yes, laughing. But we'll move on along to the next game. 2 more games left I'm going to break down, and then I'll do the last 4 on the rundown at the end. But this one here, Boston and the Vegas Golden Knights. I do not see confirmed goaltenders, but bear with me as I refresh. No. Jeremy Swayman unconfirmed, Akira Schmid unconfirmed for the Vegas Golden Knights. Finnegan likes Boston today. So do with that information as you will. Looking at the previous meetings between these teams, Vegas 3-1 in the last 4 games between the teams. 2 overs, 1 game finished with 6 goals. And Vegas has scored at least 4 in 3 consecutive games against the Bruins. So they have been able to have success here scoring against the Bruins. Swayman has been fantastic this year. And I really wanted him to start against Tampa Bay. I think had he started, I would have won my Bruins money line as a dog. But he didn't. Akira Schmid is also playing very well. 2-0, 1.8 goals against average, 929 save percentage for the Vegas Golden Knights. So he's done well when he's been in net as well here in this one. And for me here, play number 1. Shocker, I know. Give me Jack Eichel anytime goal. Plus 145. Eichel has already cashed this for me 3 of 4 games this year. And now he's facing his home state team, the team he grew up cheering for in the Boston Bruins. He scored in 2 of his last 4 games against the Bruins. Eichel is, I don't want to say is an auto play right now, but basically for me right now, Jack Eichel is an auto play, especially at around plus 145. We're still getting value. This is going to drop. I think we see McKinnon at plus 120. I don't think it's going to be long before we see Eichel around that price as well. If he continues to do what I think he's going to do this year, I think Eichel value will drop. And yes, I'm going with the other hot goal scorer for the Vegas Golden Knights, Pavel Dorofeyev, who is tied for the lead in goals this season with 5. Didn't score in the last game, but I'm going to go back to him here in this one. Let's see. He led the team in shots and goals last season. Already has 5 goals this season, 4 of them coming on the power play. And he scored in 2 of his last 3 games against the Boston Bruins. The last game, the last meeting between these teams, Dorofeyev had a hat trick against the Bruins. So don't need him to get a hat trick tonight, but he did get a hat trick on opening night. So, hey, maybe we'll see it. But Pavel Dorofeyev, anytime goal, plus 165. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll take both of the hot Vegas Golden Knight goal scorers. Looking at player props here, shots on goal. I'm not seeing any value for shots on goal props. Point props, Pavel Zacha for the Bruins. A point in 4 consecutive games. So he has been really good. Goals, obviously, Eichel and Dorofeyev, the 2 hottest goal scorers. Assists, Mark Stone, minus 105 for an assist. He has an assist in all 4 games. Vegas has done most of their damage on the power play, and that's why Stone has been consistent. Pasternak and Zacha both consistent for assists as well. And Eichel as well. Marner, he had an assist in the last game, but only half the games this season so far does he have an assist. So I think those will come. They will come. But we will go to the chat here. Hal has Harley assists. Yeah, I like it. I should probably be on it as well. But I've got so many plays. So Cody's taking Boston. Okay, I'll let Finnegan know when the show's done. But Dorofeyev, anytime goal plus 140, best bet tonight. Okay, I like it. I like it, Robert. I like it. Elias Lindholm, anytime goal plus 275. All right. Okay, value. Seattle, Ottawa, only 5.5 on DK, minus 125. Wow. And that should be a high-scoring game. It really should. It should be a high-scoring game with the goalies we have in net. Previous history says under, but as I mentioned, those teams only face each other twice a year. So Mark Stone assists, minus 114. Yeah, minus 105, minus 114, whatever. There goes Finnegan again. So, wow, he kind of really likes Boston today. Or I'm just taking too long to get to the next game. Sprinkle on a Hattie. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that if you want the really big plus money. You go with the hat trick. But last game I'm breaking down before we get to the other games on the slate breakdown. Carolina Hurricanes and the Anaheim Ducks here in this one. No confirmed goalies yet. Frederik Andersen unconfirmed. Lucas Dostal unconfirmed here in this one. Andersen 2-0-0 in the season. 2.88 goals against average, 867 save percentage. So a below 900 save percentage. Lucas Dostal 1-1 with a 3.05 goals against average and an 893 save percentage. So both goalies haven't necessarily played as well as expected so far this year. Carolina obviously enters this game 3-0. They have been doing well. Anaheim 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the teams, and 5 of the last 7 have gone over 6.5. So we have seen some high-scoring games between these teams. And when you look at this matchup, you wouldn't really think, at least I don't, when I look at this. Carolina obviously shoots the puck a lot, but they're kind of more of a under team overall. And the Ducks, obviously through their rebuild, have not scored a lot. So I'm not on the under, of course, but I'm not on the over either. The 6.5, I think if this was a 6, I'd be a little bit more interested in the total. But you guys know what my play is here. We're going right back to Beckett-Seneke, over half a point, plus 120. Seneke tied for second right now in points by rookies. Just behind Zebuum, who's in the number 1 spot right now for points by rookies. Seneke has played very, very well. A point in all 3 games for Anaheim. And I like this price at plus 120 for him just to get a point. Goal, assist, doesn't matter. Obviously playing with Cutter Gauthier, who has been a scoring machine recently. And also a shots on goal machine. Not the last game when I bet on him, but he scored. So he's been having success for the Anaheim Ducks. And then other players, I should be on Chris Kreider anytime goal. I should, but I'm not. Jackson Blake over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 115. He has been cashing recently. Point props, Taylor Hall point in all 3 games, plus 128. I mentioned Seneke already. Blake a point in all 3 games, plus 108. So Jackson Blake could very well be a player to look at as well. Shane Gostisbehere, point, minus 115. He's done that in 4 consecutive games. Kreider, plus 102 to get a point. He's done that back-to-back games. Gauthier, plus 114, back-to-back games. Stankoven, Mikael Granlund, Carlson, back-to-back games, plus 100, minus 106, minus 120. So there's some value here with different players in this one. Cutter Gauthier has scored in back-to-back games, plus 275, and Chris Kreider has scored in back-to-back games, plus 245. And then assist props, Sebastian Aho, minus 110. He's an assist in all 3 games. Seneke, if you don't want to go with the point prop, if you want to go for the assist, plus 236 for him to get an assist 2 of the 3 games. Troy Terry is day-to-day. I don't think he's playing, but stay tuned to that. Mikael Granlund, Leo Carlson, all points and assists in back-to-back games. So quite a few other players here to look at in this game if you think it's going to be a high-scoring one. Chris Kreider, anytime goal, plus 225. Yeah, he's on a streak. Jackson Blake point. Yep. Roberts talks a lot about Jackson Blake, and ever since last year when he made his debut, he's played very, very well for Carolina. So Sebastian Aho, anytime goal. All right. Okay. And Richie might take a shot at Stankoven. Anytime goal on this one. All right. Best of luck. But we will go on to, and then McTavish point, plus 100. Yeah, he's on that line with Seneke and Cutter Gauthier as long as Anaheim hasn't changed anything. I haven't checked recently today, but other games on the slate. So I will start with the very first game that we talked about, and I didn't mention other players that are doing well. Werenski, over 3.5 shots on goal. This is the Colorado-Columbus game, by the way. Werenski, 3.5 shots on goal, plus 120. He's done that in all 3 games this year. Natchez, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 110. Back-to-back games. Point props, Dmitry Voronkov, a point in all 4 consecutive games for Columbus. But he's not on that top line anymore. He moved down to the second line, and Kent Johnson has moved up to the top line. Kent Johnson, obviously a player I'm very high on. I would look at his point prop. Plus 105, has not got a point yet this season, but I think he's going to have a good chance tonight on that top line. McKinnon over 1.5 points, not a bad look. Same with Natchez. And then Provorov, points in back-to-back games. He's plus 188. So some value there. Goals, we mentioned. Assists, Natchez assists, minus 105. No value with Makar. Provorov assists, back-to-back games, plus 250. So potentially some value there. Looking at the next game that I did not break down. Bear with me for a second as I scroll back up on my stats here. The Rangers and Toronto. I know. How could I not break that one down? Toronto 6-2 in the last 8 games between the teams. 4 of the last 6 have gone over 6.5. So we've seen some high-scoring games there. And this, like the other game we talked about earlier, the Florida-New Jersey game, very heavy road history team between these. The road team has won the last 6 of the last 7 meetings between the teams. So maybe the Rangers are a good look. I didn't get to anything in this game. Shots on goal props. Zibanejad, over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 120. There's some value there. Matthew Nyes, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 150. He's done that in 3 consecutive games. So there's some value there. Point props, Easton Cowan, plus 110. Obviously got a point there in the last game. I believe he's still on the top line. Check Daily Faceoff for updates there. Calle Ehrencroft had his goal streak come to an end. So I'm glad I didn't jump on a little bit too late. Nylander assist, minus 109. And then Matthew Nyes assist, plus 132. Also good looks here. For the Rangers, not a lot of consistent offense recently. Winnipeg and Philadelphia. Interesting one. The Philadelphia Flyers, 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. They've had a lot of success recently against Winnipeg, which is a bit surprising. The 7 of the last 8 meetings went under 5.5. So we've seen lower scoring games, and the losing team has scored 1 or 0 goals in 7 of the last 8 meetings between the teams. So we're seeing very, very low scoring games between these two teams in the past, which is a reason why I'm passing on this game. Shots on goal, Neil Pionk, 3 games in a row, over 1.5 shots on goal, minus 115. Point props, Tyson Forster for the Philadelphia Flyers. 4 consecutive games with a point. He's plus 124. He's been doing really well, as has Trevor Zegras, points in back-to-back games, and assists in the back-to-back games for Zegras. Connect Me assists, plus 135. He's done that in back-to-back games. Goal scoring streaks, Bobby Brink for Philadelphia, plus 500. He scored in back-to-back games. Mark Scheifele for the Winnipeg Jets. He's scored in back-to-back games, plus 180. And then Morgan Barron. He's scored in 2 of the 3 games for Winnipeg this year, and he's plus 850 to score. So there is some good value with Morgan Barron. And Edmonton and New York Islanders. Edmonton 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. A lot of unders here. 1 over, 6 unders, 1 game finished with 6 goals. And back-to-back games have gone to overtime between Edmonton and New York. 2 props that I would consider here that just couldn't make my card. Andrew Mangiapane, over half a point, plus 106. All 3 games this year, he is a point. And then the number 1 overall pick, Matthew Schaefer, the young defenseman for the Islanders, obviously wanting to stay up here in the NHL. He's got a point in all 3 games for the Islanders, plus 110. Jonathan Drouin, minus 130. He has points in back-to-back games, but not really a lot of value there. Goal assist, not as much value there with those props. And the final game that did not break down, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the LA Kings. Pittsburgh 4-2 in the last 6 meetings. Most recent games have been lower scoring. We have seen some higher scoring games before that. So we'll see what happens there. Shots and goal props, Adrian Kempe over 3.5 shots on goal. 3 of the 4 games this season, he's hit that, plus 140. Kopitar is day-to-day. I don't believe he's going to play, but don't quote me on that officially. His assist prop was going really well before getting injured here. Drew Doughty, a point in 3 consecutive games, an assist in 3 consecutive games, plus 139 to get an assist here. And that is basically it for the other games, looking at players that are on hot streaks. Quick rundown there. Nature's props and Avs parlayed with Habs. I could see that. And I was with you, Cody, on Nature's anytime goal last time. And yeah, we don't want to think about that, but what a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker. Very frustrating. So I'm going with McKinnon today. Flyers money line plus 116, 64 chance to win from your research. Wow. Okay. You kind of want to lean with Florida plus 135. Should be a pick 'em at least. Yeah, I agree. There's value. Not on it, but does anyone know if Nylander is hurt or not? I don't believe so, but I'm not sure. Jets money line. I don't. They're the better team. They are the better team. They have the better goalie, assuming Hellebuyck does start. I didn't mention goalies for the other game. He's likely to start here. Samuel Ersson on the other side. But Hellebuyck, 1-1, 3.53 goals against average and an .899 save percentage. So his numbers right now are comparable to Ersson. I think he's going to pick it up. I don't know if it's today, but I wouldn't take the Jets. Not in this spot. Maybe, yeah, gut-wrenching, but he got us today. I hope so. Hope he cashed it for you. But that is today's show. If you'd like to become a member on the channel, $4.99 a month. I'd appreciate it. Helps keep the channel going. If you want to chip in, $4.99 a month gets you early access to videos and all my premium plays 1 day a week. I'm thinking Saturdays. I'll be sending out all my premium plays for free to members of the channel. I think Saturday is a good day with a high volume day. And if you're looking for premium plays over at picksandparlays.net, the best deal right now is the special for all of my NHL plays and all of Tim Earl's NHL plays for 7 days for $49. That's the best deal right now. So if you're looking for premium plays, I would buy that. It's the best value deal on the site. Nylander is in tonight. Okay. Good info. Thanks, Max. But that's today's show. Best of luck to everyone today. Only a 4-game slate tomorrow, but Matt Goldie is playing. The Wild are playing, so we'll have a show tomorrow. You can probably guess what one of my plays are going to be. But thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight on the big Thursday slate, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.